And UFC Talk TV. I'm Chris, the American Mag, as you already know. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to hit that like button. Let's get to 100 likes as quickly as we can so we can move on up and reach more Newcastle United fans. Let's start talking about what came up in the last few hours. And of course, there's more debate and speculation on the future of Newcastle United as far as its home base, the new St. James's Park, or renovating the current one, staying in the same location, tearing it down, and where would we play, or maybe going to Lee's Park, or all of that continues, and now it's even the plot thickens, as you can say, as Newcastle City Council chief backs Newcastle United City Center location. We have a few things that she's talked about. Remember, she just became the new chief within probably 9 days or 8 days, maybe. So she's new to the job, but she's been asked about these questions, of course, amidst all the speculation that everybody's been hearing, especially in this channel. We've been covering what's going on about the stadium. And so redevelop St. James's Park and increase the capacity as best that they can, or build a brand new stadium on another site is the biggest topic of discussion right now amongst Newcastle United fans, as you know. In reality, that announcement will be made next year, early next year. So we can still speculate up until then. What we do know, though, is that nobody has reached the city council. Nobody has talked to her. Nobody has talked to anybody about the possibility of moving to Lee's Park. And now the Newcastle City, and now the Newcastle City Council has made her feelings known on where she would like to see Newcastle United sited in the decades to come. It puts a little twist to it because she's been asked and she's been talking about this. The Newcastle City Council leader telling the local democracy reporting service her views on where she'd like Newcastle United's future home to be. And these are quotes, by the way, rewritten by the mag as well. So keep that in mind. As a fan, she says, I would love to have a state of the art stadium in the city center. It's a cliche, but it is the cathedral on the hill. There is nothing like that walk to St. James's Park on match day. My personal preference as a fan would be for the stadium to remain in the city center. She repeats that over and over, you know. And she also continues and says, apart from the atmosphere and the history and all of the personal stories that every fan has about going to St. James's Park, it is really important for the economy of the city. You see, they have to worry about that as well. The city council needs to worry about the economy, the businesses, the small businesses, the bars, the pubs, the stores, everybody. And now the Newcastle United's PIF might say, you know, if we go to another location, we're going to build restaurants, we're going to build stores, all so it can all self-sufficient. So she certainly needs to worry about these things right here, and put that into perspective, of course. And so it's much more than just, you know, not given green space. I understand that the historic sites and all that stuff that people have been talking about, and I do respect all that, of course, on my personal opinion. However, we have to look at the bigger picture, as we always say. And Newcastle United is the biggest attraction for everybody in the city, and so you can't take away that money. You can't take away that income from these people. It will be too much of a burden. And as the new chief of Newcastle City, of the city of Newcastle, she needs to keep that in mind, of course. But you know, the fact that she has come out and said these things, of course, she clarifies she's talking about this as a fan, you know, as a fan, but not as a city council. But regardless, it is still what she's thinking. So it's maybe a positive thing for everybody out there, you know, trying to find out what's going to happen. So I think that if she thinks like this, there could be a possibility for her to lean towards working with the club. Which, by the way, has reiterated that nobody in the club has talked to her, and we're speaking about Karen Gilgore. You know, she says that her view is that she would love Newcastle to continue in the city center location. And we have to remind people that the new chief, the new city council chief, is a season ticket holder at St. James's Park. Um, but she's also confirmed that she has had no talks or held conversations with Newcastle United's hierarchy regarding future stadium plans. But you know, so everything leans that she might be, you know, leaning towards the football side of things. That she's a football fan. So But with that being in mind, there's a lot of other football fans that don't want to move, that don't see a problem with St. James's Park. So we'll have to see what her true stance is once she meets with the club and once they do that. Regardless, it doesn't do any harm to have a Newcastle United fan as a Newcastle City council leader, of course. So this could lean to a very good outcome as far as Lee's Park is concerned. Could. I'm just saying. I think that would be the majority of fans are happy with that location. They're happy with that decision. They don't want to move it away from city center, and Liz's Park would be the most ideal place for everybody to be happy, or most people to be happy, obviously. Let's move on to different news, of course, and it looks like Newcastle United are unlikely to give up their pursuit of Crystal Palace Mark Guehi in 2025 after the Magpies pushed really hard for the England international in the summer window with no success, of course, offering over £70 million for the guy, which seemed that he wanted to come. He didn't push to come, but regardless, he wanted. It looked like he could have made that change. And so, but it looks like Newcastle, according to various reports, especially TNT, that they will continue, TNT Sports, they will continue to try to acquire Margui in the winter window. So not so sure on the summer window. And if we do on the summer window, the next one, it will be a lot cheaper. And expect that this winter window also would be a cheaper pursuit. They still have a leverage on him, Crystal Palace. So we'll have to see. But at the end of the day, I think that Newcastle won't start with the 70 million that they offered in the beginning of the or the whole transfer window in the summer anyway. But regardless, should Guehi not leave then he's getting closer to his contract to end. So no other club really is going to be trying to participate in that deal because the guy is going to be free pretty soon. There is a worry though for Newcastle United, and that Liverpool Football Club is also interested in the guy. So we don't know, how much that's going to be an effect on him as far as club hierarchy is concerned. Certainly, Liverpool do compete for the Premier League. We are not in that stage yet. However, we're closing. But the biggest deal is going to be the salary. I think Liverpool can offer more in salary than we can at this point in time. So if Liverpool say, Margui, 250 a week, do you take it or leave it? And we offer 150, then it's pretty self-explanatory at that point. Peter Crouch, former Liverpool and England international striker, center forward, thinks that Margui will leave Crystal Palace in 2025. He's been quoted by saying that was a big call for his for this football club, Palace, to keep a hold of him. Newcastle, I think, came in with 70 million. It was their number one target. It went on all summer. I think Guehi will go. I think they'll really struggle to keep a hold of him. A few clubs like Liverpool coming in for him as well. He says, I think he's done well to kind of get on with it. There's a lot of interest after the Euros for him, but he's got to do his job for Palace in the meantime. So, but regardless, there might be a little bit of competition there for Mark Guehi, of course. So stay tuned for that one. Last but not least, ex-Sunderland boss Jack Ross lands new job at Newcastle United. Former Sunderland AFC manager Jack Ross has announced that he is taking a new role at Newcastle United. That's according to his LinkedIn page, where the 48-year-old has posted that he will take up the position of head strategic technical football partnerships. Man, we have a lot of titles in football nowadays. Well, that's what's happening with this guy right here. He was sacked by Black Cats in October 2019 following a 2-0 defeat to Lincoln City that dropped the team to 6th in the third tier after 11 games. So whatever this new role has for him, I don't know what really it means, but we have a former Mackham in the ranks at this point in time. So you guys might be able to explain better what's going on with him. But regardless, thank you so much for your support. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Please hit the like button. But most importantly, actually, I want to know your opinion. Let me know in the comment section down below what you think about what's going on right now. Thank you so much for listening, for watching. This is Chris, the American Mag. I'll see you folks.